Hey, so today I'm going to do some honest truth about whether real estate is a good investment or not. And I know I'm a real estate investor, I'm a real estate agent. You might feel like I'm biased, so I'll just start out by saying not always. In fact, there's a financial author that I like named Ramit Sethi. He went to Stanford and he says he doesn't like to buy real estate. He likes to put all of his money into stocks like the S&P 500 or something. And historically over time the S&P 500 has returned about a 10% rate of return, and real estate has returned about a 6% rate of return. So if you just look at that, stocks can be a better investment. But I want to share a couple reasons why I think real estate still deserves to be on your radar and on the list of good investment possibilities. So number one, that 6% number is the appreciation of real estate over time in the United States. And if you owned the property free and clear, that might not be a very good investment. But the nice thing about real estate is that we can buy it with leverage. We can buy stocks with leverage too, although that really did a number on people during the Great Depression. That's kind of what, the stock market crashed back in the 1920s and brought a lot of people down who were over leveraged on their stock portfolio. The same thing happened with the real estate market in 2006 to 2008. We had this big run up. Everyone was super leveraged. And then the bubble burst, and the leverage is what caused so many foreclosures and things like that during that time. So leverage is a double-edged sword, but it is certainly something that can increase your rate of return. For example, 15 years ago, about the time that my son was born, my husband and I bought an investment property in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I believe the price was like 130,000. And we were able to buy that with 10% down. So we had 10 or 15,000. We put into it as a down payment, and now that property is worth about 350,000. So it's had a nice little bit of appreciation. And if we say, 130,000 appreciating to 200 or 350,000, that's not bad for 15 years. But if we look at it as 10,000 appreciating to over 200,000 in equity, then it starts to look even better. And we've paid down the loan. So now we have closer to 350,000 in equity. When it's going to be free and clear in a couple years off of a $10,000 investment, not bad at all. So I want you to take that into account, that you have leverage that's helping boost your rate of return, but it's also increasing the risk. I also want you to take into account the idea that this has not been a free property owned. We rented it out, so most of the costs have been defrayed. But when you're living in the property, you're kind of your own tenant. There are roofs to replace, kitchens to update, showers that break, things that go wrong. So make sure that you factor in the maintenance of the home. It takes either time or money to keep a home in good condition. And also some of the phantom costs. So when we bought the house, we had to pay closing costs, and that might have been $5,000 or something. And when we go to sell it, we'll have to pay our real estate agent and closing costs and probably some taxes. So that will cost us some additional money as well. So it's not an entirely frictionless transaction like we kind of look at it as with some of our modeling sometime. But overall, do I think real estate is a good investment? Yes, absolutely. And especially in high inflationary times, leveraged real estate is a very good inflation hedge. And while we can expect the prices of groceries and eggs and gas and rent to keep going up, our mortgage is going to be fixed and locked in, and that will not be going up at all. And as the money gets devalued over time, it'll become like an easier and easier bill to pay, right? Just like we said, oh, mom, your house cost $40,000. That's nothing. That's crackers and peanuts. And at the time, it seemed like a lot, but due to inflation, it doesn't now. The same thing will happen to your mortgage payment. It will seem like a lot now, but over time, with 30 years, when you make the last payment, it'll be like, this is nothing. So I'm excited that you are thinking about investing in real estate. Whether it's for your own home here in Seattle, whether you want to buy something and then eventually move out and rent it. Maybe you're thinking of investing elsewhere. I don't know, but I have invested all over and in lots of different property segments. I would love to talk with you about your plans. Maybe I can help point you in the right direction, connect you with some of my contacts, or just help give you a perspective on what's going on. So thanks so much for watching, and let me know what questions you have about real estate investing.